I've seen a few videos that regard and showcase the wonderful and scene details of the ultraviolet fighting game Mortal Kombat 11. While there's no doubt that I enjoyed watching them, I feel that some of them missed out on a few details that I think are worth your attention. I do believe that there are still details that most people have not seen yet. These details will be revealed to the public, thanks to the many talented individuals that have given me their permission to share their content with me. I am not one to complain about something and do nothing about it, so I decided to compile some of these details that were found by me and a few sources that were willing to share this information. Spawn has an incredible amount of detail put into his creation from the developers. Many people will catch obvious details such as Spawn's cinematics and animations, which reference his appearance in comics, movies, and video games, as well as several characters related to him such as the Violator, Malibolgia, the Plebeians, and even good old Angela. First, Spawn has a move called Fatal Phantasm. The move involves Spawn waving his hands, which causes a streak of necroplasm to remove the opponent's flesh, causing them to writhe in agony. Enhancing the move with Meter causes him follow up with a second attack that scorches the opponent in searing hellfire as they levitate away from Spawn. While its visual effects and animations are impressive, that's not the detail we're looking into. Contrary to what most people think, Spawn is not flaying you and putting your skin back using magic. This is actually an illusion technique that the anti-hero utilizes to torture an opponent's mind. It is a common technique that Spawn uses against criminals that he refuses to kill. We all know where Spawn's intro and victory animations come from, especially when the comment section is full of those answers. But none of us have even bothered to look into his taunt animations that happen at the end of a round. There are too many details for me to discuss, so I'll just simply present them to you through a compilation. The second detail I'd like to present is from Jax's Stomper Launcher. This weapon is based off the real-life M79 grenade launcher which first saw service during the Vietnam War, a rather fitting weapon for an Army veteran-themed character who has previously wielded weapons from the Vietnam War era such as the M72 LAW in Mortal Kombat X. Not many video games that feature the M79 grenade launcher or any weapon similar to it use this feature, but MK11 gives you the ability to load buckshot rounds into Jax's weapon through the use of custom loadouts, a rather accurate portrayal of the weapon in video games, since most of the weapon's appearances don't chamber it in buckshot rounds, save for a few. One detail that I noticed is that Raiden in his non-corrupted form and Liu Kang's god form almost share the same pair of lower clothing, from the baggy pants to leather boots with a few differences. Both of them have a different belt, with Raiden's belt consisting of leather and a loincloth, while Liu Kang's belt is leather adorned with golden accessories. Their pants have the same cloud motif and their boots are almost similar, except Liu Kang doesn't wear knee pads. What's cool about this detail is that it has a meaning behind the clothing choice. I'm not sure if this was intentionally done because the team had to reuse assets or if there was a symbolic meaning behind this, but I'm not leaning towards the latter. The meaning behind is not really deep, but it does convey a message very well. You could say that Raiden and Fire God Liu Kang having similar attire, especially their boots, mean that Raiden puts his student in his shoes, giving him the responsibility of a god. This is a rather simple way to show that Raiden is offering his mantle of godhood to his best student. It's not much, but it's still a very nice meaning behind this detail. Fatal Blow is a gameplay mechanic introduced in MK11. These are MK's version of super moves, but instead of being available with a full bar of meter, they become available to use when the player's health drops to a certain threshold. From there, the player can choose to unleash devastating damage in the form of a brutal cinematic that shows their character unleashing violence upon their foe without using their bars of meter, unlike most traditional super moves, easily turning the favor of battle to their side. Fatal Blows use lots of camera tricks to focus on the damage done to the opponent, often hiding other things from sight. Here are a few details that I've compiled for your enjoyment. During Aaron Black's Fatal Blow, you will see him face away from the punch that he's about to shoot. An impressive way of showing off his marksmanship skills, but there's a nice detail that the devs have hidden away in this part. If you look at Aaron's face during the part I mentioned, you will see that his eyes are actually looking back at the points that he shoots. Normally, his face wouldn't be animated since there's no point in spending effort on things that we don't see on camera, but it's nice to know that the devs proceeded with this anyway. The first sequence of Spawn's Fatal Blow involves him opening his cape to reveal an entire arsenal of guns that rain bullets towards the opponent. What I noticed is that Spawn's guns are actually reused assets from Injustice 2 and MK11, including Kano's heavy minigun, Red Hood's handguns, Jax's grenade launcher, etc. I consider Mortal Kombat 11 as one of the most graphically impressive games out there. This game deserves to be at the top with titles like Ghost of Tsushima, Cyberpunk 2077, and more. With all of these high-quality graphics, there's much to appreciate and learn from this game. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. A like for this video and a new subscriber for my channel are not mandatory, but highly appreciated. Thank you for watching!